Welcome to Blog Talk Radio. Please enter. When finished, press the pound key.
Start your show now. Press 1 to hear 14.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds.
Okay. All right. What up? What up? What is going on, Johnson? What's the goings on? Are we good? Are we good? Yes, what's up, people? How you doing? My name is Tim Black. Thank you for tuning in. What is going on? Let me make sure. Yes, that we're in the house. Okay, I got some people. I got my people in the house. What's up, y'all? What's up, Tim Black's Wolfpack? Booyah! All right, what's up, Dave? What's up, Context? Alicia, what's going on? Adam, what's happening? Good to see you guys. Isn't it good? This is no good. What is going on? Got a little bit of water in this thing. So, it is Tuesday, Christine. Diamond Hands, what's up? It is what it is. It is what it is. What's up, Keith? What's going on, people? What's happening? Okay, so, boom. It's Tuesday. Phone lines. 319-527-6212 is the phone number you dial into if you want to get on the air, Johnson. And so, we are in the house tonight with a couple of stories right off the press. Goodness gracious, I'll tell you, man, the news cycle is a barracuda. I said the news cycle is a barracuda. You got to throw something over it. Slow it down a little bit, Johnson. You guys hear me okay? No, sometimes people say that the volume was a little jacked up. What's up, Derry? What's happening? What's up, Jago? What's happening, Jago? How you feeling? You good, Amari? You okay? Okay. Sign of the Times is in the house. Give it up for Sign of the Times. The amazing Sign of the Times, Johnson. Oh, man. So, let's get right to it, Johnson. I tell you, Okay, so first thing I want to do is I want to talk about Whoopi Goldberg. What is going on, Whoopi? What is going on, Whoopi? She got suspended. And she got suspended for 2 whole weeks, man. That's a long time. That's a long time, Johnson. Yeah, a couple days, you know. A couple weeks? Jesus Christ. Because she said some things that were unsensitive to the Jewish community. Oh, they were coming for her. Woo! They came for her big time, man. Oh, they wanted blood on this, man. I mean, it was like all these people came out to correct her ass. So I'm going to rewind it. I'm going to play a little clip. I got a clip I put together of what was said so you know what happened and why Whoopi Goldberg has been suspended for 2 weeks off of The View. Let's go to that.
Kids to go out into the real world. We're preparing them for a world that doesn't exist outside of their own house.
Well, also, if you're going to do this, then let's be truthful about it, because the Holocaust isn't about race.
Kids to go out into the real world. We're preparing them for a world that doesn't exist outside of their own house.
Well, also, if you're going to do this, then let's be truthful about it, because the Holocaust isn't about race.
No.
No, it's not about
maybe
race.
ethnicity.
Well, they
No,
consider
it's
Jews
about
a different race.
But it's not about race. It's not about race.
What is it about?
Because it's about man's inhumanity to man. That's what it's about.
But it's about white supremacy. It's
Well,
about
but
going
it's not-
after
it's
Jews
not about
and
ideal race.
gypsies
It's
and
But these are two
Romans.
white groups of people.
Well, they
How do
were
we
after black
They
people
didn't see
too.
them as white.
And they were
But you're
after
missing the
homosexuals.
point. You're
Yeah.
missing the point.
Yeah.
The minute you turn it into race, it goes down this alley. Let's talk about it for what it is. It's how people treat each other. It's a problem. It doesn't matter if you're black or white, because black, white, Jews, everybody eats each other. So is it, if you're uncomfortable, if you hear about mouse, should you be worried? Should your child say, oh my God, I
What the hell? Hold on, I got a button for this. Hold on. That's the button for that. Whoopi Goldberg, goodness gracious, lady. What is going on with you? Now, the Nazis considered Jews as separate people, like a different breed of people. I don't even think they consider them people. It's sort of like how they see black people. The Nazis. The Klan, you know, these people don't see black people as people. We're animals, we're subhuman. That's the way they saw Jews. How could you not know they didn't see Jews as people? Like themselves. So this whole construct of whiteness is that they were the Aryan race. Jesus Christ. I thought Whoopi was Jewish. Somebody just wanted a job in Hollywood. Goodness gracious. How could you get a job? I know this. Tim Black knows this. You don't know this? So look, I'm going to be honest, guys. I don't think Whoopi meant any harm, because Whoopi does not go out on a limb like that. She even went on another show after this and doubled down. She went right behind this on Stephen Colbert, had an opportunity to clean it all up. Instead, she just doubled down on her stupidity. And it's like, wow. Wow, okay. Now, for those people that say, Tim Black, she said something out of line about the Jewish folks, and then it came for Johnson. If somebody came on TV, I don't care who they are, say they're a white person or a black person, don't matter. And they were like, oh, slavery wasn't about racism and discrimination. That sounds like what white people say, some of these fake progressive people say about discrimination, Jim Crow, mass incarceration, job segregation, all the shit we go through. Redlining, everything we've been through in America. They'll say it's not about race, it's about economics. Yeah, it's about money. No, they use our race in order to exploit us economically. That's true. But that's the tool is racism. Come on now. Come on, they do it all the time. It's very diminishing. And so if somebody came on there and they said it about black people, I'm like, yo, shut your ass up. Now, I don't know if we can get rid of them for 2 weeks. So anyway, I don't think that would happen. But the point is that, like, you don't get a pass for that shit. Like, and like the funny thing about it is, point one. One point I want to make is that I don't think Whoopi meant any harm because, Whoopi, like I said, I don't think Whoopi would stand on something and risk getting terminated. I don't think so. I think she really misspoke. This is the same lady who said that Jill Biden should be Surgeon General. Because Jill Biden has a doctorate degree. Like, she didn't know that Jill Biden is like a doctorate in education, not in fucking operations, not in actual medical doctor. But she said it on The View, like, loud and right, she just said stuff. If they don't give it to her to read on her cue card, I don't think she always knows. Okay? A lot of areas, nobody knows everything, but I'm just saying, they tell it here. This is your talking points. She's like, okay, my talking points. And then she goes off script and she just talks. Because this was not on her cue card. Obviously. Second point. They tried to save her. They tried to save her from herself. Did you hear him trying to interject? No, Whoopi, I think what you're trying to say is, no. What I'm saying is, oh, come on, everyone calm down. Calm down, I'm Whoopi Goldberg. I know what I'm saying even when I don't know what I'm saying. We have to just take a look at things. Just look at things for what they are. Thank you. Is that talent? I don't know if that's talent. I don't know if that's considered talent. I don't know, Tim Black, I don't know. Jesus Christ. When Ted and I were wearing blackface, we were just making jokes. So they tried to save her. They even went to commercial on her ass. She was still talking all the way through the readout, like the play out. They were trying to get her off the air. Like, Whoopi, shut up, stop. We need you up here. And she just kept on talking. So, like I said, I don't think Whoopi meant any harm. I think what she was trying to say is just factually incorrect. But I don't think she meant it in a heinous way. But she has been suspended. And it's like, like they always do black people. Hey, I didn't mean anything. I didn't mean any harm. I wouldn't mean any harm. Yeah, we know. We'll be sure of it after 2 weeks. Yeah, we just want to make sure. 2 weeks. See you later. Should be fine. Take time off. Okay, so they suspended The View host Whoopi Goldberg for 2 weeks on Tuesday night, one day after she drew significant criticism for falsely declaring that Holocaust was not about race. Effective immediately, I am suspending Whoopi Goldberg for 2 weeks for her wrongful and hurtful comments. ABC News President Kim Goodwin said in the statement. Look how they came out all stern, like, I am suspending her. Came out emphatic, didn't they? None of that, soft tone. Like, well, it's unfortunate. Whoopi Goldberg's statements were unfortunate, and we talked to her, and we decided to take a break for a couple of weeks. None of that. I am suspending her right now. Take her outside and publicly flog her. Flog her. Whoopi apologized, too. Don't forget, guys, she apologized like, oh, my God, I'm in trouble. Oh, I'm in trouble. Oh, I didn't know I was in trouble. I'm in trouble? Because that I'm in trouble. I don't know. They don't care. There's certain people you can go at, and certain people you cannot go. Certain people you can't be wrong about. Come on now. Come on, Johnson. You know how Hollywood works. You know how politics works. If you're Candace Owens, you could say that George Floyd was a derelict, deserved to die, and that Ahmaud Arbery wasn't just jogging, he deserved to die. And you could just throw black people under the bus willy-nilly. Just, here goes a black person. Just throw black people. Throw them under the bus. Candace Owens, Larry Elder, Steven Crowder, Tim Pool. All of them just throw black people under the bus all the time. All these internet motherfuckers. But you know where not to go. They all know where not to go. That's that third rail. You touch that third rail, your body will smell. Because you're going to be electrocuted, Johnson. So they know exactly who to come for, who not to come for. That's it. So on Monday night, Whoopi apologized in a note posted to Twitter. I took that out. I don't know what I did with it. Do we want to read it? Why not, Tim? Let's get
Kids
it.
to go out into the real world. We're preparing them for a world that doesn't exist outside of their own house.
Well, also, if you're going to do this, then let's be truthful about it, because the Holocaust isn't about race.
No.
No, it's not about
maybe
race.
ethnicity. Well, they consider Jews a different race.
But it's not about race. It's not about race.
What is it about?
Because it's about man's inhumanity to man.
It's about shutting your ass up, because on today's show, I said the Holocaust is not about race, but about man's inhumanity to man. Excuse me. I should have said it was about both. As Jonathan Greenblatt from the Anti-Defamation League shared, the Holocaust was about the Nazi systematic annihilation of the Jewish people, who deemed to be an inferior race. I stand corrected. Yeah. The Jewish people around the world have always had my support, and that will never waver. I'm sorry for the hurt I've caused. Written with my sincerest apologies. Whoopi Goldberg. Oh, come on, man. Come on. All right. Just keep it 100, Johnson. We know who not to deal with, who not to make mistakes about. Some people make a mistake, you get fired. Sometimes you make a mistake and you get suspended. So, take the time off, Whoopi. Enjoy your break. And, yeah. They're throwing her under the bus like hell. At the end of this, this is on CNN. Look at this. They start throwing in all this negative shit about Whoopi. Look, Goldberg is no stranger to controversy. Having made a number of comments throughout her nearly 15 years on the program, they have sparked backlash. In 2009, she remarked that Roman Polanski was not guilty of rape. A comment which she later clarified. Goldberg also initially defended Cosby, a position she ultimately reversed. So anyway, it's just funny. It's funny. Isn't it funny, Johnson? Okay. Next, your friend Rachel Maddow will be taking a hiatus from MSNBC. But just because she needs a little break. Wow, Rachel Maddow confirmed that she plans to take weeks-long hiatus from her primetime show to work on a movie project with Ben Stiller. Yeah, so she's good. People were saying that Rachel was going to get canned. She's not getting canned, Johnson. She's the number one anchor on MSNBC. She's getting paid $30 million a year. $30 million a year, Johnson. Propaganda is expensive business, Johnson. Broadcasting from home on Monday night due to a close contact with a COVID-19 case, Maddow said she will step away after Tuesday's or Thursday's night's show, and she will return in April. Confirming the reports from a day earlier, the anchor said she will return for major news events, including President Biden's State of the Union on March 1st. This is her decision. This is not a punitive type of situation, unlike Whoopi. So, she says this has been in the works for a while now, but it looks like this is going to happen. I'm super excited about it. I'm going to take a little bit of time off from the show to help with the movie and also to work on some other things that I'm cooking with NBC right now, including a new podcast. Once again, MSNBC's top-rated show host. She has hosted the show since 2008. That's why she came in with Obama and outlasted him. Goodness gracious. So there's going to be some more shakeups, supposedly, at MSNBC. We shall see. I always listen to Rachel and go, wow. I don't know, man. That whole Russia was just a little much. And then did Trump tax returns. But obviously, She knows her demographic. She knows her audience. They love her. She's #1 rated on MSNBC. So there it is. There it is, Johnson. Next up. U.S. federal prison system is placed on nationwide lockdown after 2 murders. Or 2 Texas inmates were killed. The federal prison system has been placed on a nationwide lockdown post 2 inmates being killed and 2 others injured Monday during a gang altercation at a federal penitentiary in Texas. Okay, so apparently what happened was these MS-13 gangs in the prison, which are rolling heavy, they're beefing with somebody. I don't know who they're beefing with. The people could not discuss an ongoing investigation, but it is MS-13 related. The attack is just the latest example of serious violence within a beleaguered Federal Bureau of Prisons. The lockdown instituted at the agency's more than 120 federal prisons across the U.S. was prompted by fears of potential retaliation and concerned violence could spread to other facilities. Here we go. Yeah, because it's a prison. The prison is a network. All things are connected, Johnson. So, yeah, if there's beef, if there's a war going on, they'll start hitting other members in other prisons. Know that. So, that's the move they had to make in order to try to curtail things. Man, listen, man, our prisons are shit, horrible conditions. I was looking at Rikers Island, similar situation. They got fight nights, fight club going on in Rikers. It's horrible, man. The conditions in Rikers, Jesus Christ, Johnson. And it's not just Rikers. But I was also doing some research on the prisons. You know, prisons in Ohio, same thing. I want people to realize that prison is no joke and that people die in prison every day. There's somebody dying in a prison in the United States every day, Johnson. They don't get that. People think that people go to prison and they just get their teeth fixed and get, problems taken care of. People are dying in prison, not just because they're getting shanked. They're dying waiting to be seen by doctors. So you can't leave the prison and go to the doctor, and you're stuck in a prison with problems. There was one guy, one inmate, who had a toothache. It took so long, he basically had to have his whole jaw removed. It took him a year to look at his mouth. Rikers. These are lawsuits, but somebody has to take up the case. So there it is. There goes your mass incarceration, Joe Biden. Thanks a lot, Joe Biden. Thanks a lot, Biden. Hey, no one's come up with that yet. Thanks a lot, Biden. Oh, that's right, because he has done nothing wrong. He's done everything right. Isn't that right, Donna Brazile? Joe Biden's done everything right, like the 94 crime bill and every other piece of mass incarceration legislation ever created in the United States. Next, the NFL has a lawsuit. They're facing a discrimination lawsuit by former Dolphins coach Brian Flores. Anyone over here want to doubt that the NFL is racist as hell? Most of our major institutions are racist as hell. This is how this works, Johnson. I know these people that are so delusional. They listen too much to Steven Crowder. They listen to too much Candace Owens. They just believe the bullshit. Johnson. There's like how many NFL coaches? Like 1 or 2? Okay, so Brian Flores, they canned him. Okay, they canned him, and now he's filed a lawsuit for racial discrimination. Why it matters. The NFL has for decades been criticized for its lack of black coaches. And now Flores plans to hold the league's feet to the legal fire. Mr. Flores has determined that the only way to effectuate real change is through the court systems. The suit is filed as proposed class action. That means others can join in on the fun. Flores claims that he was informed by New England Patriots coach Bill Belichick that the New York Giants' head coaching job had gone to someone else 3 days before Flores was scheduled to interview for the position. So they're making deals behind the scenes where black people are not even getting an opportunity to apply for the jobs. Not really. They already got somebody. I mean, you could come in, but we already decided we're going to go with the white guy. But yeah, we're making it look good. You can come in. So Flores threw Belichick under the bus for telling him, don't waste your time. But hey, I get it, man. I get it. I get it. I understand it. I'm with it. I'm glad you did it. Flores alleges that before getting the Dolphins job, he interviewed with the Denver Broncos, a meeting with general manager John Elway was an hour late and appears to be hungover. That's how much they care about you, Johnson. Now, that I don't even know that has anything to do with race. That's just to do with the alcoholism and a lack of giving a damn about you. I don't think John Elway would have been sober for anyone else either, if that makes any sense. Flores claims in the suit that he was only interviewed for that job because of the Rooney Rule, an NFL policy requiring teams to interview minority candidates for head coaching jobs, and that the Broncos never considered him a legitimate candidate for the job. Wow. Here it is. The free market. What about the free market, Johnson? What about the free market? It's always funny. Those people that say shit like, the free market, Tim Black, are always from a group of people that the free market works most for. Yeah, the free market just so happens to discriminate against white people the way the free market just so happens to discriminate against black people, this country will be burnt to the ground in a New York minute. But since mediocre white guys can get jobs all the time, everything's fine because it's, everything's white because it's all right. Well, everything's all right because it's all white. You know what I'm saying? I've always said, man, if white people got treated like black people, game over. There's no way. These guys would love to be in my comment section saying I'm being divisive. Let things be flipped for like 2 minutes. They would lose their collective minds. They would all dump in their pants, dump in their little tighty whities. They would go postal. They would go ballistic. So yeah, there it is. There it is. So let's see. Flores is asking, among other things, for an increase in hiring influence of black individuals, more transparency in hiring and firing decisions, in an effort to help source black investors to take majority ownership stakes in NFL teams. So this is an opportunity to hold them accountable. You know, in these industries that we just so happen to see, here's the deal, here's the rule. Black people, you can be the labor, but you can never be the profiter. At least not the major profiter in anything. You can be the major labor. You can be the face. You can be the fall guy, but your ass cannot be the major profiter. That's for them. And that's sort of the rule. And you should shut up and take that, because if you don't, we got 10 other blacks that are willing to stab you in the back to take that position. And that's just how it works, Johnson. And that is America in a nutshell. Deny it if you want to. Oh, it's divisive. Oh, it's negative. Oh, to black such a downer. Yeah, try living it. Try living it. Try living it. Let me say that again, because I guess if I say it more times, it makes it more relevant. Try living it. It's reality. Last, before we go to phone calls on a Tuesday night, Johnson. Oh! What's up with your boy Donald Trump? What's up with Donald Trump? Donald Trump had an interview. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I did watch some of it. Trump done lost his damn mind. Here goes a clip of Donald Trump's interview, and he says random things that don't make much sense. But you be the judge. Power up.
You talked about the potential, if it's appropriate, of pardoning some of the January 6ers.
Yeah.
Said a couple days later he thinks that's inappropriate. You talked about the potential, if it's appropriate, of pardoning some of the January 6ers.
Yeah.
Lindsey Graham said a couple days later he thinks that's inappropriate. What do you think?
Well, Lindsey Graham's wrong. I mean, Lindsey's a nice guy, but he's a rhino. Lindsey's wrong. Look, some of them are being treated very unfairly. Yeah, I would absolutely give them a pardon
The
if
punishments
things
are
don't work out fairly.
Punishments are out of proportion to the crime.
Out of proportion, like 20 times out of proportion. Some of these people are not guilty. Many of these people are not guilty. What they've done to these, and in many cases, patriots, they're soldiers, they're policemen, what they've done to them compared to what they've done to the other side, you know, you have to have equal justice, and this isn't equal.
No.
So I would absolutely be prepared, and Lindsey Graham doesn't know what the hell he's talking about if he says that, because you have to have equal justice. It's very, very unfair what's happened to this group of people.
Understood.
Yeah. Trump said the other side. That's very unfair how these January 6 infiltrators were treated. Some of them had to sit down for a while. Yeah, some of them had to be on home restriction. He makes it sound like these people got the death penalty or something. This is America, Johnson. We lock people up for everything. There are kids in jail for fighting on school grounds for longer periods of time than the January 6 protesters, infiltrators, violators, invaders, or whatever you want to call them. There are people in jail for a little bag of weed in a state where weed is legal now, who've been in jail longer than these January 6 invaders that be in jail. There are January 6 people that didn't even go to jail. What are you even talking about, Trump? And another thing, Trump, what are you talking about pardoning people, man? Pardon me, sir, but you're a private citizen. Well, I tell you, man, the money, the networks make off Trump. The money they make off him is delusional. Trump, you ain't president. Or I would pardon him. Yeah, and I would build a big playhouse, a big clubhouse for me and my friends if I could go back in time and be 10 again. And we'd have pictures, we'd have nudie magazines and play Atari and drink Tang and purple drink. But I'm not going to be 10 again. And I don't have any wood for a clubhouse, and it's irrelevant. Trump is living in another world, a world that doesn't exist, a time before time. He doesn't realize how time works. Time moves forward, not backwards, Trump. Hey, guys, I don't know how to put this to you. Let me see how I can put it. Trump and Trump supporters. I hate to break it to you, but I got to put it to you like this. Trump's egg won't fry. His dog won't hunt. His frog won't leap. His bunny won't hop. His engine won't turn over. His cheese slid off his cracker. His peanut butter won't jelly. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The light won't come on. The pilot's out. The dog won't hunt. The tree won't leave. His beer is flat. His toe is jammed. I don't know, his mustard won't cut. The brother is delusional. He's losing it. He sound like Biden up that mofo. Come on now. Sound like Biden up there. That's how he sounded, Johnson. Come on, let's see. He's out of it. The brother's out of it, Johnson. His cheese won't melt. His grass won't grow. His ball won't bounce. His knee won't bend. His hammer won't swing. His cat won't nip. His eagle won't soar. His tape won't stick. His match won't burn. His cigar won't light. His tuna won't fish. His hip won't hop. His rock won't roll. The brother is out of it, Johnson. Come on now. Come on, the brother's out of it, man. Come on now. Hey. He's knocking on 80 as well. Come on now. Something's wrong. All that stretching and pulling. Lindsey Graham's wrong. You're wrong, Trump. You're wrong. Defending the January 6th. And he said the other side. What other side, man? It's not fair, the other side. There's no other side in this. Who else is supposed to get locked up that day, Trump? Who, the cops? I'm waiting for the hypocrisy of the Blue Lives Matter mofos is horrendous. These guys have no limits. They're limitless. They're like Master P and Diddy combined. Can't stop, won't stop. No limit. This is your guy. This is your guy. What happened to Blue Lives Matter? He's talking about the other side. There's no other side. He's talking about unrelated events and somehow comparing jail time. Last I checked, there were still people in jail from protesting and no DAPL. What are you even talking about? They broke into the Capitol. They smeared shit on the walls, Trump. Let them do that at your hotel. What would you do? What would you do? Gold, tall, and sitting bastard. So what I love about this segment is it gives me an opportunity to go in on Trump. At least I know I won't have a lot of competition for this video because there ain't going to be a lot of people on the left that got the balls to go after Trump and Biden. This is rarefied space, Johnson. Most of the people just eating off Trump. He didn't say anything wrong. They got to know to call other people hypocrites. Yeah, Trump's losing a step, though, Johnson. He's losing a step. His apple won't sauce. His Coke won't fizz. I got a whole lot of these. His toilet won't flush. His soap won't foam. I don't know. It's just... the sun don't shine. I don't know. The brother's out of it, and it's a damn shame. We're seeing the dissension of Donald Trump. And it's about that time. Besides, we got a new crazy kook on the rise. His name is Ron DeSantis. See, the media has created another boogeyman. And Ron DeSantis' goofy ass is next up. A sadistic Lee Majors looking Eddie Haskell. Speaking of Eddie Haskell, his days aren't happy. His Laverne won't Shirley. His Gladys won't Pip. Gladys Knight. His Cool won't Gang. His Ohio's won't play. Ohio won't play. His Steve Kent Harvey. All right. His Different won't Stroke. All right, guys. Now, look. I don't want to see nobody using that. His Charcoal won't Ash over. So his Chappelle won't Dave. His CK won't Louis. That's enough. His Windows won't boot up. His session won't log off. His button won't close. His door won't shut. His water won't wet. He's out of it. The man is out of it. He's out of it. It's done. Oh, the worshipers of the Trump. Oh, God. He had a point, Tim Black. You're just a hater and you're a Biden supporter. That's what it is. You're a Biden supporter. That's what it is, Johnson. Hold on a second. Let me put back on my no Joe button. Now what you gonna say? Now what you gonna say, mofo? There it is. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. Doesn't go in my jacket. All right, guys. Now that's it. That's all I got. Let's go to phone calls, see what we got. Oh, and no trolls tonight. I'm hanging up on trolls tonight. I'm just letting you know preemptively. No troll night on the Tim Black Show. No trolls. Tim Black should have been more patient. You should shut the hell up. All right, let's go to phone calls, man. You guys ready? All right, let's go to the first call in the queue. Been hanging around for 503. 503, you are live. What's your name? What's your comment?
Hi, it's Taylor. I've called before. I voiced my, hold on. Still awkward with phone calls as usual.
All right, let's go to 419, Johnson. 419, you are live. What's your name? What's your comment? 419.
Yeah, how you doing tonight, Uncle Tim? It's been a while since I talked to you. This is Big Rush out of Toledo.
Big Rush, what's up, baby? What's happening?
You know what? I want to speak on the NFL with the Brian Flores situation. I mean, I'm glad he did what he did. I mean, yeah, it's easy. Calling somebody a racist today is a real popular, easy thing to do. You know, you see it on every mainstream media network. But what I'm really upset about, what I was getting upset about listening to those reports, you see they call all these black mainstream analysts and reporters to come speak on these situations. And look, yeah, you calling those white folks out that's racist, the owners in the league or whatever. But what they never do is tell the entire story. You know, the problem with blacks in the media is that, yeah, of course they paid. You know, they get paid to spin a narrative or whatever. It's easy to call these owners racist, but what you're not doing is holding these people accountable by telling the entire truth. These same black folks that talk bad about these owners are the same black folks that tell you to go out and vote for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. I've seen them all do it. So on one hand, you want me to look at the NFL as racist and you call out all these owners for what they're doing. But then on the other hand, you'll say, well, go out and vote for Joe and go out and vote for Kamala. Vote for the lesser of two evils. You know, so basically to sum up what I'm really trying to say is we need to stop. We need to continue to focus on the white races, but we also need to start putting more pressure on these Sambos in the media. These Sambos have to be taken care of. We got to get them completely out of media. We can't give them no kind of recognition or attention because they are worse than these white folks that's doing these black coaches and in any phase of life, whatever your profession is, where you're dealing with this as a black person. Those black Sambos are holding you back more than these white folks are in some instances because they the same folks that tell these white folks, don't you bring them black folks in. We don't need them kind of folks around here. And that's what I see a lot. I'm so sick. I'm sick of them more than I'm sick of the white race. And that's just the truth in itself right there. I can't take that no more. That angers me more than anything. I know what I expect from a white racist, but when I'm looking at somebody that look like me and you, and we talking that brother man this, brother man that, we got to come together and do this kind of stuff. And then as soon as I turn my back, you going off doing it. You got to vote for Joe Biden. Well, you got to get on board with this and this, that, and other. You got to play the game. No, stop playing the game. I appreciate what Brian Flores did. I kind of wish he would have did it a little earlier than what he did, you know. But you got to start somewhere. You know, that's all I really wanted to say tonight, Uncle Tim. You enjoy yourself.
Got it, brother. Thank you for calling up, man. Good enough for my calling, y'all. My brother out there. Now, look, man, look. I know exactly where it's coming from, and I feel him on this. It burns to another level when it's a black person who's also holding you down. That happens often, and I see it happen a lot in media, and it's horrendous. And there's also a lot of getting along, everybody kissing each other's ass, people just trying to get a job, and that's the thing, man. It's this business. Now, typically, not always, but most of the time that I've seen, they throw you under the bus, but they're doing it at the behest of a white-owned organization. They're being the hatchet man for the corporation. You know, they're playing the script because you can get disappeared. Like their career, they don't have control of their own destiny. I had this conversation with Marcus Furrow. You know, when people don't control their destiny, they can be susceptible to throwing themselves or throwing people that look like them under the bus. And that's what it is, man. And I truly believe that the recipe for advancement in America is being willing to throw black people under the bus. And so many people are willing to do it because that's basically what you have to do. You got to be willing to do that. You can't take that off the board. Now, we know that it's nice to say, don't do that, be a stand-up person. All I want you to know is that those people, I'm not going to suggest that they've never stood up. I think sometimes people learn their lesson the hard way. I stand up because I'm stupid. I'm literally stupid, Johnson. I'm stupid enough to think that at the end of the day, it's going to matter for my legacy. It's not a smart move. It's not a good business operation status. It's not a great mode of operation. I know there are people in the comment section that like it. Meanwhile, they watch other people who do it all the time. The people that throw us under the bus benefit the most monetarily. So we hate to admit it, but that's the way the system is built. It ain't by accident. And it's not because of the black people that are doing it that this persists. This persists because it's baked into the system. You know what I'm saying? How do you combat it? Yes, I wish everybody would have more scruples. Everybody would have more ethics. Everybody would stand up. Everybody would call it what it is. But they call it, they lose their jobs. And that's the reason why they don't. You know what I'm saying? So it's unfortunate. All I could do is be accountable for myself. I said in 20, look, it got so bad for me that I had to just say, you know what? I'm not going to comment on people publicly. I'm not going to go after people publicly unless it's totally like egregious. Like, because nobody wanted to hear it. This person could go on this person's show who has shit on black people repeatedly, and people still support them. They don't care. They could go on the show with basically a Klan member who has said a bunch of anti-black shit and not even confront it. And people clap for them, and people retweet them, and people boost them. It's crazy, brother. It's crazy. So there is no accountability from ourselves holding anyone accountable. Now, if we like them, we'll overlook all of their bullshit. If we like someone, we'll overlook their bullshit. Sometimes if that person is successful, we'll overlook their bullshit just because they're successful. And all I can tell you is how frustrating being on the other side, trying to hold things accountable, trying to hold yourself accountable, and looking around and seeing other people not have to do that and excelling, and doors opening for them, and people citing them, opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. What I'm saying is, and then the people, like my thing is, yo, it'd be one thing if we were able to somehow support those that stand up for us. But if you're looking for a prize for doing the right thing, you may get it, but it's gonna be after you're dead and gone, maybe. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying don't do the right thing, and I'm not giving people a pass. What I'm saying is this system is shit. The system is shit. And as angry as I get at people, sometimes the reality is they're operating within the system. And they've learned what I had, at the time I had yet to learn, that there are rules to the game. One of the rules, like I stated, is you got to be willing to throw black people under the bus. If it comes down to it, you got to be willing to throw all people under the bus. That's the plan the game is. And if you're not willing to play that game, you will not excel. You will be gone. There's always 10 other mofos waiting to take your place who will stab you in the back, step over your dead body while you are still warm and sit in your seat. You'll be there on the ground dying. They'll be sitting in your seat going through your desk drawer. taking your favorite pen. You be over there, hey, that's my pen. And that's the system. The system rewards those that sell us out. So the only way to really combat it is to build your own. Build your own. But so much infighting and competition, and it's difficult. But anyway, that's it, Johnson. That's it. Give it up for my caller calling up. You know, give it up, 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 give it up. Like, when we talk about cut the check, I talk about reparations. Man, who in the world could say that black people in America, like, I know there's people that say we don't deserve anything, we shouldn't get anything, all this stuff, and the black race is just what it is, and you know. But most realistic people, you know, they don't want to pay for it. Even the people, so the people that oppose it, they might not want to pay for it. But if they didn't cost them any money, they wouldn't give a shit. Some of them. Here's the thing, Johnson. I don't think everyone who doesn't outwardly support it does so or refuses to support it because they are bad people. The memo went out a long time ago that if you help black people, it's going to be to the detriment of your career, of your pursuits. That's what it is. Standing up for black people has historically been bad luck. White people got tarred and feathered for standing up with black people. We already know what happened to black people. They got decapitated. We already know this. Got lynched. This is what it is. It hasn't changed that much. You know, so all this is happening at one time. So from my perspective, I'm always trying to, I look at it as say, I got to call it what it is. And at the end of the day, it's still what it is. No matter what you feel inside, it is still what it is. And you got to call it for what it is. You got to be real with yourself. But just know, everyone who refuses, so if I don't know, if Stephen A. Smith or Shannon Sharp says, you know, well, Stephen A. is a Republican, right? So not him. So if Shannon Sharp supports Joe Biden, he may legitimately support Joe Biden. He could be. But more than, you know, if he's paid any attention, he knows about Joe Biden's past. But what's his incentive for not supporting Joe Biden? What's going to happen if he doesn't? Right? What will be the after effects? And will he help his career if he does support him? See what I'm saying? So these things are always in the play behind the scenes. It's horrible. I can't stand it. I can't play the game. There was a game to be played here in D.C. in the tech industry. That's why I'm doing this. And I thought this is different because you got your own platform, you say what you want to say, but when it's not, even when you don't have a boss, there's still a market. And the market operates the way the market operates. So there's wins and losses to take for stances from the market itself. So just because I can't get fired, my earnings get taken away. Get what I'm saying? Get what I'm saying? What I'm saying with this? Opportunities dry up. So I won't get fired because I don't work for anyone. But opportunities go away. Invitations stop happening. Get what I'm saying? Revenue crashes. So it's all types of ways to shut people up. It's all types of ways to control the narrative. So when we judge people, when we judge people, we got to look at it in totality, recognize it for what it is. This whole damn system. So it's not just one thing. Just like when we look at politics, and we look at a politician and say, why is this politician doing this? Why is this politician doing what they're doing? It's easy to just say this politician is a horrible individual, they're a sellout, they're a scumbag, whatever. We don't look at the totality of the system. It's part of it. I'm not saying you give them a pass. Don't give them your money. Don't support them if you think they won't stand up for you. But recognize, while operating within the system, you could go be Cynthia McKinney and have to live outside the country. She called out the powers that be. Where's Cynthia McKinney now? Not living in the U.S. Where's the John Mubaraka? Not living in the U.S. Understand there are repercussions for standing up. And they're the same people that are going, why is this person standing up? Why is this person taking a stance? They have jobs every day that they go to where they shut up and get their paycheck. You know what I'm saying? Not saying everyone, the majority of Americans who are pointing their fingers at Shannon Sharpe are not taking any of the chances. They'll go to their job and cook squirrels and euthanize dogs and raise percentage points on black home buyers. Overcharge seniors. Like, they do all types of unscrupulous shit on their jobs. And they will justify because they got to make a living. And then they'll go cut on their TV and they'll see somebody else not fall on the sword and they'll say, that's a sellout. Because it's always somebody else. It's always somebody else. Because it's always easier to look across the street and blame that person than not blame ourselves, not look internally. So the system, we want the system to change, all of us would have to change so that we can overpower the system. I'm not saying let them off the hook. That's one more, my words to be clear. I'm not saying give everyone a pass. What I'm saying is, I've thought about this long and hard. I've spent nights staring at the ceiling while everyone else in my house is asleep, thinking about this shit. This is my life. This is my business. And I live it. These people are not even living it. So, yeah, I know it's frustrating as hell. But at some point, I had to realize everyone who doesn't do what I want them to do isn't necessarily a horrible individual. Because everyone can't be horrible. Everyone can't be a horrible piece of shit. Everybody can't be a sellout. What's going on? Or maybe I'm being too simplistic. Good or bad, and just looking at it that way. Know what I'm saying? So anyway, I'm going to go to the next call, man. I appreciate y'all. It is what it is. It's deep. It's a deep conversation. And there's an industry of calling people out as well. That's an industry. It's an industry to call people out. It's an industry as well. It's a cottage industry to go after people. They're going after Whoopi Goldberg for a statement. You know how many conservative commentators were going after Whoopi today? They don't give a shit about what she said. But it's the industry. It's the money. It's an opportunity to go after Whoopi and make some money. They're not doing it necessarily for ethics. Because if the shoes were reversed, they make excuses. Oh, you guys are just too sensitive. You can't take a joke. Snowflakes. Just a conversation. We're just having conversations. We're just exchanging ideas till it's the other side, and now it's not an idea. It's a manifesto. Jokes aren't jokes. They're manifestos now. They're statements. They're political statements. They aren't jokes. So it's a hypocrisy of the oligarchy. That's what it is. And believe me, brother, I've sat up many a night trying to figure this shit out because I left an industry to come to this industry. I'm approaching the 10-year mark in this industry. And I've been fighting it the whole time. How am I doing? Next call. Yeah, Johnson. Yeah. Hell, fuck how I'm doing. How we doing? How we doing? How black people doing? How we doing? How's America doing? All right. 312, you are live. What's your name? What's your comment?
Hey, Tim. It's Tony D from Illinois.
Okay, Tony, what's on your mind, brother?
Talk about I want to talk about the racism in Hollywood. You mention on your show all the time that only 2% of directors in Hollywood are black. And that's painfully obvious every single year. Because some years there are about 5, 6 movies about black people. And then every other year it's about 1 or 2 movies. And it's obvious when this happens that the movie industry does not reflect the real life at all. And this is one of the reasons why I've gotten sick and tired of going to the movie theater. And it doesn't seem like anything's changing at all. Or if it is, it's changing very slowly. And I just wanted to get your thoughts on that and possible ways to change that.
Tony G, my brother. Thank you, my brother, for the phone call, man. Give it up for Tony D, y'all. The movie industry. Wow, Tony. You know, I don't know how we change it. We fund our own movies, and which is great that we have more people having the ability to make their own movies. That's a great thing, right? So if you can create your own movie. Now there's a problem with distribution, but we do have the internet now. So now it's easier than it was before, because before we had to go to certain movie houses in order to get production. Now we have a little bit more autonomy, but still money. I don't know, people remember that one interview that Kanye West did with Sway? And he kept saying, "You ain't got the answers, Sway. You ain't got the answers." And Sway was like, I understand. Come on, calm down. He's like, "You don't have the answers, Sway." And rich Kanye kept saying, "I don't have the money to do the shit I need to do. I want to change shit in the fashion industry, and I can't because as rich as I am, I don't have the money to do it by myself." And Sway act like he didn't. Sway apparently could not understand why you just can't do it by yourself. It sounded crazy, but it requires money to do these things. And if you can't get the loans, you can't get the money together, like everyone can't put it all on a credit card like Spike Lee did. Spike Lee, back in the day, was such an inspiration because Spike Lee put movies on credit card. That's how he did his first movie that was released publicly, that was released nationally. She's Gotta Have It. That's how old I am. I was in the 80s. So, yeah, Tony, more independent films, and then awareness, and so that we can get people to see them. Shout out to to those people out there living the dream and doing the work and putting it out, Tony. And then hopefully we will patronize it. We will support it. Not just in thoughts, but realize that it's an economic situation as well, which you don't support gets co-opted. If we don't support it, they got to go get a job. It's very basic. Like if we don't support our trailblazers, if we don't support those people that are willing to forego taking a job and doing what they're told to do and doing it the same old way, following the scripts. If you don't support those people, what do? They have no choice. They have to live indoors. At least it's preferable, right? They have to be housed. They have to take care of their families, so they have no choice. That's what I'm trying to get to, brother. So if we can't fund them, then they have no choice. They're going to do something or they're going to quit. They have no, what other option do you have? Human instinct is to make sure you have food and shelter. So I think that's what happens, and it's unfortunate. Next call. 231, you are live. What's your name? What's your comment?
Good evening there, Tim. Abigail's dad up here in Michigan, in the land of the snow. I had a thought. Cut the check. Instead of invading Ukraine over there, why don't we just take that money and cut a check? And I think that when it comes to snowflakes, depending where you are in the country, give you a different view. Because when I see snowflakes outside here in Michigan, I just know I need to go get a shovel and start shoveling. That's snowflakes.
There it is.
With that, you have a good night. And that rant that you had earlier, you ought to just cut that and put that whole rant up as its own little segment, because nothing truer has ever been said.
My brother.
Have a good night, Tim.
You too, brother. Thank you now. I appreciate you, Abigail's dad. Hey, bruh, I'm just trying to, I appreciate the input. You know what I'm saying? Now remember, guys, the politics channel, I put politics on this channel. I made a mistake earlier this week. I put a video clip up on this channel as a short that went on the other channel. So I'm still getting used to, this is the politics channel that you're watching now. I have another channel called Tim Black's Clips. And on that channel, we have things that are not politics. They're not Joe Biden. They're not Trump. They're not the Democrats. You know what I'm saying? It's everything else. So I want people to know we got two different places because not everyone wants it mixed together. And since multiple channels are free on YouTube, why not keep them separate so that people can get more of what they want and less of what they don't want? And of course, you can always subscribe to both channels. That makes sense, right? Wow, so back to Ukraine, man. Back to Ukraine. Frankly, brother, America must make the money. And I've always expect America to find another reason to go to war because that's the way they print the money. They need an excuse to print the money. All they do is print the money. Shout out to Stephanie Kelton. All they're looking for is an excuse to print money. And war is a great excuse to print money, isn't it? I wish it was more, you know, I wish it was more to it than that, but there is no more to it than that. Now, there may be particular reasons that people can pontificate and go over this and have those conversations. But at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to me. All war is about money. Gotta be able to afford the bullets. So, wow, what a night, Johnson. What a night. For those that who phoned into the show tonight, I want to say I appreciate you. I know it's Tuesday. I know it's late. I know this, you know what I'm saying? But I had to come to you live anyway and do what we do. So thank you for supporting the show. And let me go to our comment section. Context Matters in the house. What's up, Context? I appreciate you. Context, you're just going to get a VIP seat. Because you're always throwing your support behind this show. And I want you to know we really appreciate your support. And thank you so much for what you do. We will continue to do this as long as we can. What else? And you know what? It's at some point it becomes a business prospect of how well you're doing your business. So there are different ways to go. You know, the bottom line is that our communities are strapped and everybody's struggling. So we got to come up with different ways to generate it and to keep things going because we want to expand. This weather's got to break, Johnson. It's been so cold, but it's going to break in the spring, and there's got to be opportunities and things to do and get out and about and make things happen, Johnson. So let's be about that. Let's be about making things happen. I'm going to give a big shout out to everybody who's tomorrow, don't forget, Pause with Tim Black. We got another show, a Pause with Tim Black show. We'll be here. Don't forget to follow me on Real Tim Black on Facebook and Twitter. I'm Tim Black and that on Instagram. And it is what it is, Johnson. It is what it is. You guys good? All right. All right, now. I'll see you soon. Remember, keep your head up. Remember, cut the check. Don't let nobody take your cornbread. Remember that. Don't let nobody take your cornbread. That used to be our number one tagline around here. But I want to remind you, nothing's changed. Because what I'm seeing go on right now is a lot of cornbread stealing. Horrific. All right, Johnson, be safe. I'll talk to you soon. Wolfpack.
Don't be fooled by corporate media talking heads misleading the people. Get your news and information from an entity that keeps it real. Tim Black. Tim Black is the host of The Tim Black Show. Independent news that leaves you informed, inspired, and sometimes entertained, but always in the know. Go to timblacktv.com and sign up today. The Tim Black Show is news for people who can't stand the news. See you there.
Let me ask you something. Do they know us? When I say they, I mean the talking heads on cable news. Do they know you? I mean, they talk about the world as if it's a sport. They play political games, report on our pain, rack our brain to feed the stock exchange, but do they know us? Do they know what we care about? Nope. They're too far away. They can't see us. They can't feel us. They can't relate to us. See, when you want to know what's going on in your world, trust someone who lives in your world. Subscribe.
Most news shows are suspect. They don't focus on Black issues, and when they do, it's all fluff. How does that help your life? How does that help your family? How does that help the culture? They don't. The Tim Black Show is different. Tim Black gives you news for people who can't stand the news. Real, authentic, researched, entertaining, on point. Don't let nobody take your cornbread. Visit www.timblacktv.com today. Get Black breaking news, politics, culture from someone you can trust. timblacktv.com. Join us today.